I think I might go ahead and try calling the Department of Natural Resources because something here is not right.
Department of Natural Resources.
What's going on, everybody? Nick from 618 Fishing here, and welcome back to another fishing adventure. In this episode, we are heading to one of my absolute favorite spillways. I have caught a handful of personal bests from beneath its surface, but I'm nervous because last time around this year, there were thousands upon thousands of dead fish directly beneath the spillway. I'm hoping that is not the case for today, and I am hoping to catch some big fish.
Only time will tell them, cause I know I prove them wrong. I was made to be a legend for the kingdom, for the throne.
We have made it down to the spillway, and I have some good and bad news. The good news, I am not seeing any dead fish. The bad news, I have never ever seen this spillway this low. And I highly doubt that there is anything living in that water because it looks incredibly stagnant. I believe we're gonna have to do some adventuring downstream. The water directly beneath the spillway is very reliant upon rainfall for life, and we have not had much rain at all this year. But the cool thing about this creek is the fact that even if there is no rainfall, there is this waterfall over here feeding the creek at all times, and the water coming out of it is crystal clear.
From the first day I stepped in, I knew I would heed the call. I was destined for glory, rise above and never fall.
I am beginning to think that the clear water is more of a curse than a blessing. I've yet to actually see any live fish swimming out there in that clear water, so I am hoping there are some still out there. But so far it is not looking good at all. Now, as far as baits go, I brought a couple options. I of course brought night crawlers, but along with the night crawlers, I brought some frozen carp. Let's toss out some frozen carp. We should know pretty quickly if there are any fish still hiding out there beneath this very clear surface. Do one of two things. I can cut my losses and go to a completely different location, or I can adventure further downstream, further than I've ever adventured before, and hopefully find some monster fish. I think I'm gonna go with option 2. The further down this creek I travel, the more I question if this creek is actually habitable or not, because I keep seeing dead fish washed up on the bank, and I've yet to see anything actually swimming in this water. I have traveled much further down this creek than I would care to admit, but I have finally made it to where the road goes over the creek, and this water out here looks relatively deep. I actually cannot see the bottom, so there could be some fish hiding out there. Here we go. This is very strange. Usually I'll at least see some small fish or even some little bluegill or green sunfish at the very least, but I have not seen a single living fish in this creek the entire distance that I've traveled from the spillway to right here, and this water has been crystal clear. I am beginning to question what exactly is being dumped into this creek because it apparently is killing all of the fish living in it. I think I might go ahead and try calling the Department of Natural Resources because something here is not right.
Department of Natural Resources.
Hi, how you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. I wasn't sure on who to contact about this, but I had a concern about some water quality in a creek that I'm currently at.
Have you tried contacting the EPA?
I have not.
Okay, I'm gonna transfer you over to the water division of EPA, okay?
All right, thanks, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
I was just having a concern about water quality in this creek that I'm currently fishing. I noticed there was a water being dumped into it, I guess from a treatment plant or some sort.
Right.
And as I've walked down the creek, I've just seen nothing but dead fish on the bank of the creek.
So there's a formal complaint line that you can visit.
Okay.
Make that complaint, and that complaint will come to us.
Okay.
And we'll send somebody out to look at it.
Okay guys, I did my best to voice my concern. I talked to a few different people and it looks like I'll have to make a formal complaint via email, but something is definitely going on in this creek because there is absolutely no fish living in it whatsoever. And I've walked a ways down, and the surprising thing is I'm seeing a lot of gar and bowfin on the bank, and those fish themselves do surprisingly well in stagnant, low oxygen water. So that leads me to believe that there is something else going on here, and hopefully it gets solved. But anyways, I think it's time to go to a totally different location because it's safe to say I'm not going to catch anything right here. We have finally made it to spot number 2, and unlike that first spillway, there is actually a little bit of water movement in this spillway, and I am seeing a ton of life. Let's toss out a couple chunks of frozen carp. Oh, there's a take. There's a take, you guys. This thing has the bait. There we go. Fish on. Oh my gosh. It is a chunky bullhead catfish. We have finally caught our first fish of the day. Something just picked up this bait. There's a ton of slack in this line. There we go. Fish on. There we go. Yes, you guys. It's not a giant, but it is a very cool looking bowfin. All right, it's safe to say that this spillway is full of life. Check that out, guys. We just got here and I already have 2 fish in the net. Let's quickly let this bullhead go and then get a close-up of that bowfin. See you later, buddy. We still have both our baits, so let's go ahead and toss them back out there. Something already picked this bait back up. Another bullhead, about the same size as that first guy. See you later, buddy. We have caught a few small fish from directly beneath this spillway. Let's move downstream and try to catch some monster fish. Okay, we have finally made it to the spot. Last time I was here, I am fairly certain I hooked into a new personal best bowfin, and shortly after I hooked into him, he tossed the hook. So hopefully we'll be able to catch a monster out there today. Oh, there's a take. Something's on here. Here we go. Nice fish, nice fish, nice fish, nice fish, nice fish, nice fish. Please stay on. In the net. There we go, you guys. Finally caught a nice fish. So many miles hiked through very thick woods and poison ivy, but we finally caught a nice one. Yes. See you later, buddy. I have just a little bit of time left. Let's toss out a couple fresh chunks of carp, maybe catch an even bigger one. Okay, something already picked up the bait again. Okay, just swimming off with it. Oh, big fish, get out of there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe I was actually able to get him out of those snags. Oh, okay, not a monster, but I will take it. Oh, see you later, buddy. Today was an epic adventure. We drove for hours, hiked through miles of poison ivy infested woods, waded new sections of creek that I've never been through before, and in the end we were able to catch some nice fish. So needless to say, I had a lot of fun today. If you guys enjoyed this episode, I'd really appreciate it if you left a thumbs up, possibly think about subscribing if you haven't. I will catch you guys on the next one.
From the first day I stepped in, I knew I would heed the call. I was destined for glory, rise above and never fall.
I have a very long hike back to my truck, but before we make that hike, let's go ahead and empty the water out of my boots. I just realized I made a gigantic mistake. It was not easy to get where I'm at right now, and I left my hat GoPro, which most of my footage comes from, back at my truck.